Is the driving factor in your life about control, or is the driving factor of your life about flow? My name is Rajni. I am a therapist and founder of Thought Transformation Institute. And today's conversation is going to examine the two elements that are about the driving factor of your entire life, all of your experiences, your relationships, etc. When you're mostly fixated on answering the question how something's going to get done, when your fixation is on the how of an experience, aka the mechanics of an experience, your primary focus is control. When the driving factor of how you experience your life and what you choose to do and engage with is motivated and oriented around your why, then you're operating from a place of flow. So we'll break this down even further. You probably heard the term control issues, right? What's happening here is when you are fixated on control, you're fixated on the how, aka the mechanics of something, it means that you are no longer operating from a place of thriving. You're operating from a place of surviving because your fixation is not on the next step. It's the fixation on the next 10 steps. And so what does that do? Dries up stress levels, dries up anxiety, and releases your ability to actually lean on people for support, to develop an actual healthy base of support and community around you. And it drives also this hyper independence kind of element that a lot of women have, but this hyper independence of like, I'm going to do everything on my own, right? All of those things are in the bucket of fixation on the how, aka control, aka the mechanics of an experience. The important notation here when you discern that you are really in this particular bucket of the how and control is to remember that this is a childhood coping mechanism that you have transferred into your adult life. Somewhere down the line when you were a kid, you recognize that in order for you to feel mentally, emotionally, and or physically safe, you had to either control yourself or try to control the environment around you in some shape, way, or form. This is a childhood coping mechanism that transfers over to adulthood that puts and keeps adults in survival mode. It doesn't allow you to step beyond it and go into thriving mode. And it is also not where you heal this child coping mechanism, right? Because it's not a healthy coping mechanism. Another a brief element here that I want to also state is that in life, we do need to know the how of some experiences. We do need to know some aspect of the mechanics. We do need to feel some sense of safety in an experience that we're engaging with. So it's not as if the how is not important. It's the fixation of it that we're talking about, right? All right, so the second bucket here of is your driving factor oriented around flow is based off of the question of, are you operating from a place of your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you relating to an experience in the way that you're relating, right? So when you are driven by the why, you are driven by passion, you're driven by purpose, and you are operating from a place of intuition and instinct. So what does that mean? You're flowing. What does that mean? You don't need to know the next 10 steps. The way that you operate when you are in flow, operating from the why, operating from purpose, passion and instinct and intuition, is you know the next step. So you take that next step, you fully embody all the information that is available to you mentally and emotionally and somatically. Once you have that full embodiment of that next step, then you know what the best step after that will be for you. So when you are operating in that way from a place of flow, from a place of your why, then you are thriving. You are no longer are surviving because the entire biochemical structure of your body is utilizing systems in your body that are giving you the emotions and the feelings of joy, of satisfaction, of curiosity, and of fulfillment. you are focused on the journey, the path, instead of the ultimate, or not the ultimate, but rather the final result. You still need to think about the final result here and there, but your process of getting to that final result is based on the why, the purpose, passion, instinct, and enjoying the process therein. When you're focused on your why and you start to take small steps on living your life that way to the best of your capacity, then you start to heal that childhood coping mechanism of control, of not feeling safe. Because now you're starting to trust yourself more. Now you're starting to trust God, consciousness, nature, whatever you want to call it. You're starting to develop trust there as well. And the refocus on the why and all of these other things that we just spoke about is how you heal that safety mechanism, that coping mechanism. You change the focus. You reframe, you reorient yourself on the way you want to focus, or rather on the way that you want to experience your life, which is flow, rather than how you don't want to experience your life, right? So it's really about where your mind is focusing. This is a very small piece of a much larger conversation about the alignment, the harmonization of the masculine and feminine energies within one individual, and the balance or alignment and healing of those particular energies in a individual. This is one piece of this larger construct. If you made it this far in listening to the video, kudos, nice job. Questions, comments, dissonance, deliberations, all of those are always welcome. Feel free to comment on this video, send me an email, however you wish to communicate, and let's open up this platform to share. Thank you so much.